plaintiff, Ricardo Gutierrez, and his wife, Brittany Steiner, say when Ricardo met the defendant, he was 17 and in high school, and the defendant was 36. Ricardo claims after years of dating, he and the defendant got married, but their marriage fell apart due to the defendant's drinking. Ricardo's suing his ex-wife for car payments and a credit card bill. Defendant Amy Rhodes says before she married Ricardo, she caught him talking to other women online, and that behavior continued even after they wed. Amy claims the real reason their marriage fell apart is because Ricardo left her for Brittany on Thanksgiving Day, and she has no idea why he's suing her today.
Start with you.
Yes, sir. I met Amy in 2006. I was 17 in high school at the time. Amy was 36 at the time. You know, I had a group of friends that I hung out with that we would go to Amy's house and hang out and watch movies and this and that.
And this and that. Smoke weed and drink?
No drinking, sir, but we did smoke.
Go ahead.
And we would hang out with her, and then me and Amy became very close. We started dating. We dated for several years. And then after years of dating, we got married. We were married for several years. In the beginning, things were fine. And then over time, things started to deteriorate. Amy started to drink very heavily. She would hide it from me. She would come home from work, and she would already be drunk because she would drink on the way home. I think family...
How long were you all together?
I believe it was like...
You dated how many?
I believe we dated 3 years.
And married how long?
I believe 5.
6.
Okay. Ma'am, you want to give me some background?
Yes, he's correct. We met through some friends. We started dating several months after that. Then before the wedding, I actually caught Ricardo online, like 3 days before the wedding. I caught him online looking at other women locally on Craigslist to try to hook up with. I let that slide, and for the first 2 years of our marriage, I caught him at least 6 or 7 times more doing the same thing, if not trying to reach out to old girlfriends to hook up. Since that, things got better. I had given him some real ultimatums, like it was going to be over. And he really, really begged and said he wouldn't do it again. I believed him. He's correct. I absolutely did start drinking about the last 6 months of our marriage. I had a huge family matter that came up, and I needed a husband around, and he was never around. He would work. He got a second job, so he worked 7 a.m. to midnight. He got home around 1. I begged and pleaded him to quit his second job so he could please be there for me. I needed a support system. I was going through hardship, and at that time, wine became my best friend because my best friend had left. Since then, I have gotten my act together. I go...
How long ago did you all divorce?
3 years this month.
Okay. Yeah.
At any rate...
got yourself together, you say?
Absolutely, yes.
Strong.
And I'm in recovery, absolutely. So at any rate, we kind of started growing distant, and he started not coming home until 9, 10, 10:30 at night. He was telling me he was the wingman for his friend that was dating somebody at Hooters. Come to find out, he was oftentimes meeting with her. It was his colleague from work. And then I started knowing something was wrong, so I started checking phone records on our phone bill, and I started seeing that he was texting and talking to somebody on the phone about 5 hours a day. I called the phone number. It went to her. He left me on Thanksgiving Day for her. So at any rate...
Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day, and he moved immediately in with her. Yes.
Did you want to address any of these things she said?
I did not ever cheat on Amy while we were together. Yes, I did speak to Brittany there near the end, but we did not ever have
5 hours a day?
That's incorrect, Your Honor. We would text or whatnot randomly, but we worked together, and we all texted in group text messages.
He does have a nice voice. All right.
And we wouldn't talk. No, we rarely talked on the phone, honestly.
All right.
I had the phone bills to prove.
We never assumed any relations while I was married to Amy,
Okay.
like I'm sure she assumes or is going to claim.
All right. And tell me about the car payment and credit card bill you're suing for.
I had asked about an account, a joint account that we had, and they had told me it was closed, that it was a zero balance. And come to find out in February, Miss Amy had last year in September and November made a couple purchases, about $3,300 worth on that account in 2013. Then on the car, on the original divorce decree, she had wrote up, she had 30 days to take the car out of my name, and till this day it is still in my name and I'm still legally responsible. And
Is she paying?
She's paying, but all the payments that she makes are 15, 20, 25 days late. She has shown a pattern of not being able,
You have
financially
something to show me
responsible.
that?
Yes,
That's
sir.
actually not true.
And she hasn't actually, she's only made one payment on the furniture so far. We had to freeze the account so it wouldn't hit his.
Actually, this is the amazing part. I've never
We?
seen her.
Yeah,
I've
we
never
talking
seen her in
about
my
we.
life, but apparently it's a
Is
we.
that her name too?
No, I've never seen her till today.
We are married currently, so it affects me as well in our future, so therefore it is a we. When you are married, it is joint.
But the problem is that you froze the account, and now I can't make a payment.
You
but
actually-
I was only late once.
I verified with the manager you can make a payment. That's the only thing you can do. You just can't charge it.
I've
any
never been
further.
able to make a payment. I called, and I've tried doing
Do you have
online.
proof of that?
Yep, I've called.
Man, I bet both of them boss you around.
I know. He loves the dominant
Boss
women,
you
doesn't
around
he?
first and not she's
Yeah,
bossy.
yeah.
I have a credit score report showing how my credit took a hit after Amy did not make a payment on the account.
Your Honor, I have never been late on a car payment.
Now, I must tell you, ma'am, you can accelerate a debt repayment if someone breaches. If you've breached one time, they have the ability to accelerate that payment. What about the credit card, ma'am? What do you say to that?
So in September, I needed to get a new mattress and mattress cover. I went to the furniture store. Actually, before I went, the account had been closed and I was the primary. Ricardo was the secondary. When I called, I had told them, we are absolutely not married anymore. Take his name off. This is not a joint account. We are divorced. We've been divorced almost 3 years. This is going to be my new address. You need to change this to my new maiden name. And I have the card to prove I changed it to my maiden name. And they told me that it was taken care of. And they mailed me the card in the mail. When I
see
went to
her card there that indicates her maiden name.
When I went to the store to use the card, everything was fine.
The only real issue is whether you paid for the things you charged.
I've paid everything on time. December was 10 or 11 days late, I believe it was. And I paid January. I was not able to pay February or March because I called in and I tried doing it online. And they told me that the account had been frozen for fraud by Ricardo Gutierrez, who is not the primary, who is the secondary. And now at this point, he's closed the account. And I can't make a payment at all.
You reported a
so-
fraudulent claim?
I tried to, and
Why?
they said...
Why?
the-
She got a card put in your name without your permission?
back in 2013, that card was opened up, but
You all were still married then.
then yes.
Well,
but
then
these
it wasn't
purchases...
without your permission.
These purchases...
Remember your wife. Listen to your wife now. Joint.
At the time
Listen to
that
wife number 2.
But at the time the purchases were made, we had been separated for...
I understand, but we're
divorce,
talking about the legal status of divorce, and you weren't at that time, so she
Correct.
had a right to open it up.
At the time of the purchase...
Just repeating what your wife said, sir.
At the time of the purchases,
look,
though.
she knows the same amount of laws I know, so. What's that?
At the time of the purchases, we had been divorced legally for over a year.
You say the car was open in 13, and you all were still married.
No, but I reported it fraudulent in February when I found out on my credit that it had gone to negative.
All right, but it wasn't fraudulent. That's my point.
Well, her purchases...
Unless the judge ordered you all to close the accounts, you then closed it, and then she reopened it. That's fraud. She may have to pay it.
Absolutely, I will.
Your ex-wife did not defraud you. Where's the credit card? Is this it?
Yes, that's
That-
the credit card that affected him, and the proof behind
Yeah,
it
but what
is
is
saying the
the
date.
owed on
I
that?
have it.
Okay.
So I have
And does
the
it
letter.
add up to 5,000?
Oh, here you go,
now?
sir.
The car and the credit
No,
card?
that's only for the furniture piece that they're
right.
saying is fraudulent.
And the amount owed.
I've
does it
highlighted
say?
pieces for you.
All right. $2,836.
Yes, sir.
And once again, the debt on the car.
I
just
have
the
that as well,
actual
sir.
Debt? Let's see that.
So there are 3.5 payments left at $726 a month.
And you haven't missed any in the
No,
past?
I've not.
But it appears
not
you've
one
been
payment
late.
has been over 30 days, ever.
So it's never been a
Never.
credit blemish
No.
for the car?
For the
Can
card,
you show me that?
For the car, no,
Show
just,
me
just for the furniture.
All right, so I'll grant you the judgment for the furniture, $2,836, and she has 3 more payments. She has not missed one on the car, so I'm not granting you a judgment on that, and let her continue paying as she has. Have a good day.
I wish them the very best, and I am glad that this is over with.
I wish Amy the very best, and I would just like to move on with my life. And
I would like her to stay out of our life and stop intermingling or doing things so she can be connected to him and just let him go finally.